Hi guys, it's me, Skylar Capri, and today we're talking all about Halloween at Bath & Body Works. I was on the Life Inside the Page blog this morning and I saw the member-only sneak peek is rumored to be happening June 30th for the Halloween collection launching this year. So that being said, I wanted to dive into Halloween at Bath & Body Works past, present, and future, do another one of the longer style videos. I know you guys seem to really enjoy these. So if you're returning to my channel, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. We do all things Bath & Body Works, especially the body care. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get into a very spooky video. All right, you guys, so as I mentioned and what I saw on Life Inside the Page, again, this is all rumored, but there is supposed to be a member-only sneak peek for Halloween happening on June 30th, and then the rumored total rollout date, meaning it's arriving online, in stores, etc., is said to be around July 7th. As always, I will have the link to the post I saw on that blog in the description box down below if you'd like to check it out. But if you are new to Bath & Body Works and you were wondering when Halloween and fall were dropping, Halloween is very much a summer thing rather than a fall thing. Honestly, I think Halloween came out before fall last year, with the exception of their fall bakery collection, which included strawberry pound cake, blueberry bundt cake, and pumpkin swirl cake. But yes, Halloween last year, the full collection launched around July 22nd, so you saw the Halloween displays in stores. This year, we're rumored to have the sneak peek happening on June 30th, and then the full rollout into stores around July 7th. So a bit of an interesting timeline there. But if you are shopping SAS and you also are interested in Halloween, I wanted to make this video largely just out of interest. I know I did a poll and a lot of you said you'd love to see fall and Halloween content, but also from a budgeting perspective, I did make a summer semi-annual sale budgeting video. So this is just something to keep in mind, that it seems like Halloween is going to hit right after semi-annual sale this year. So I want to get this out there so you're informed as to what's coming and you can budget accordingly. But without further ado, let's get into Halloween of years past, and then we'll talk about what we can expect for this year. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and sit on this side of the screen and put some images up right here. But starting off really about the history of Halloween body care at Bath & Body Works, Halloween body care really only made a true appearance, meaning that there were products available in the full size in 2021. So Halloween is still relatively fresh at Bath & Body Works, and I think that's why people get so excited when they see the Halloween body care collections dropping, because this wasn't always the case. So in 2021, we did have some mini body care. We also had some full-size body care, and the full-size body care that we got was Wicked Vanilla Woods. Wicked Vanilla Woods has come out fairly consistently since then. I think the only year that it didn't come out was 2023, but it's come out every year since 2021 with the exception of that, and it is forecasted to be coming out in 2025. So Wicked Vanilla Woods has scent notes of magical vanilla, glowing amberwood, and enchanted pink pepper. And that pink pepper note is really what makes it for some people and what breaks it for others. Some people thought it was really fun and really made this a vanilla for Halloween scent. Others sort of had a similar experience to what they have with the patchouli and Into the Night, and it was just a little bit too spicy for them to find wearable. But I actually really enjoyed this packaging. It was spooky, but it was still fun. I have the shower gel on the screen now, and I kind of love this like luminous kind of gray shower gel, although when you did use it in the shower, it was a little gross, like especially if you used a white washcloth and you have this gray shower gel, it kind of looked like dirty water. So a lot of people weren't a huge fan of that and thought that gray was a really odd color to choose. But in the bottle, I think it matches that kind of holographic spooky vibe very well. Now, the only other body care that we got this year, and yes, these past, present, and futures will only focus on the body care. If I did the entire collection, this video would be so long, and I am really primarily concerned with the body care. I do purchase candles here and there, but I know a lot of people watch my channel just for the body care, so that is all we'll be focusing on today. But the mini collection that they had was Happy Halloween, and when I was going back and doing my research, I couldn't remember what the fragrance behind Happy Halloween was. For some reason in my head, I had remembered it as a pumpkin fragrance, but this was actually the first time that we saw vampire blood in body care for Halloween. Prior to that, I think Vampire Blood debuted around 2015, and we had it in things like soaps and pocket backs and candles, but I believe this was the first year that it made an appearance in some kind of body care. So Happy Halloween did have the Vampire Blood fragrance, and the Vampire Blood fragrance has red berries, night blooming jasmine, and petrifying plum. If you are a recent shopper Bath & Body Works, meaning that you shopped Halloween last year, you will know how popular Vampire Blood is. This is a lot of people's signature scents, so I'm not surprised that this is one of the first Halloween scents to come out in body care. As far as the packaging goes, when I think Vampire Blood, I'm definitely thinking what they did in the last 2 years with the really red packaging, so I think that's why I had a hard time remembering that Happy Halloween had the Vampire Blood fragrance, but I really love the purple. I think the black and white is fun, and I also think this would look good on your shelf next to that Wicked Vanilla Woods because it kind of keeps with this more neutral, spooky vibe, but still having elements of fun, whether it be the cats or the pumpkins or the moons or the bats. Overall, I think 2021 was a strong year to kick off Halloween, but I don't think it can quite compare to 2022. All right, you guys, so moving on into 2022, and I feel like 2022 was really the first year that Bath & Body Works started to take Halloween seriously. I feel like they teased out doing something with Halloween in 2021, saw a positive response, and then in 2022, that's when they really started to do a bigger focus on Halloween. So in 2022, we got 2 full-size body care scents, and then we also got 3 minis. So our 2 full-size scents, we had Wicked Vanilla Woods, which debuted in 2021, so that one came back. And remember, that's the vanilla and pink peppercorn scented fragrance. I love the packaging on this one. It's so spooky, it's so fun. If you've watched my channel for a while now, you know that I love blue and purple packaging. I feel like Bath & Body Works always does red or pink or like a cream color, so anytime I see blue or purple, I'm automatically excited. But I feel like this just perfectly encapsulates Halloween. You have the more galaxy print, you have the gold bats, just an overall fun, spooky vibe. Now, the other full-size fragrance that they released in 2022 was Enchanted Candy Potion, and I know a lot of you are sitting right now watching this video going, man, I really wish they would bring Enchanted Candy Potion back. So unfortunately, we haven't seen that one since its debut. They didn't bring it back or re-release it at all, but that's not saying that they couldn't in the future, so fingers crossed. And really the reason a lot of people loved Enchanted Candy Potion is because it just encapsulated like sugary sweet candy. This one had notes of spellbinding sugar, bewitched berries, and whipped pixie dust, and it really had that like sugar pixie dust fragrance. And I think that's part of the reason a lot of people enjoyed Forever Sweet that came out earlier this year. It was the Bath & Body Works X Sweethearts collaboration for Valentine's Day. Although that one was more of like a cotton candy grape scent, it really did encapsulate that like sugary, powdery sweetheart, and I feel like that's what Enchanted Candy Potion was able to do, just more on like a pixie stick type of vibe. But those were the 2 full-size products that came out. Really enjoyed the Enchanted Candy Potion packaging. So fun, love how whimsical it looks, and it's not really as spooky as what we've seen in recent years. Now, as far as the minis go, usually for minis, we will see Fine Fragrance Mist, just the regular, normal Fine Fragrance Mist, but this year what they decided to do was to bring out the Diamond Shimmer Mist in minis. I feel like we haven't seen any mini Diamond Shimmer Mist since this dropped. I really can't remember. Please help me out in the comments if you're like, oh yes, they definitely did, and put it down below. I think maybe they did for Christmas that year, but this set of 3 minis, we had Vampire Blood, Ghoul Friend, and Pumpkin Carving. And I think this year was the year that they had issues with staining, since the dye in the Diamond Shimmer Mist was like so strong that I feel like it was actually like if you were to spray it on a white t-shirt was staining your clothes, if I remember correctly. But we had Vampire Blood, which I already talked about. That is the Petrifying Plum, Red Berries, and then the Night Blooming Jasmine. We had Ghoul Friend this year, which has scent notes of dark strawberries, ghostly peony, and spine-chilling citrus. Ghoul Friend is one of my favorites, a little teaser to what I picked up in 2024, but so happy to have that one in full-size body care and supposedly getting it back this year. And then lastly, we had Pumpkin Carving, which I couldn't find the notes on this specific Diamond Shimmer Mist, so I did pull it off the candle, so there might be a bit of a variation, but Pumpkin Carving has notes of freshly carved pumpkin, spiced pumpkin seeds, and smooth with brown sugar. This really smells like pumpkin spice. Like if you have pumpkin spice in your pantry, it smells like fall. It smells like walking down the fall aisle of a Hobby Lobby. It is that true signature pumpkin spice fall fragrance. Would love to see that one back in body care. But that really wraps up 2022. Let's dive into 2023. All right, you guys, so diving on into 2023, and I really feel like 2023 was the year when Vampire Blood became known as the Bath & Body Works Halloween fragrance. If you remember the packaging of Vampire Blood, it was all black and red, and it featured a rose that had blood dripping off of it. Very, very spooky, but I feel like it fit the name Vampire Blood very well. This was a lot of people's favorite packaging of Vampire Blood of all time. I'm really interested to see the packaging of Vampire Blood coming out this year. But yes, I mean, I have no words. I feel like this is so iconic. Like the blood red color was just so cool at the time. And outside of Vampire Blood, we got 2 new fragrances that debuted in 2023. So unfortunately, we didn't see any carryover with Wicked Vanilla Woods, Enchanted Candy Potion, Ghoul Friend, Pumpkin Carving. At least I don't think Wicked Vanilla Woods was available in 2023. If it was definitely an online exclusive. But the 2 new fragrances that we got for 2023 included Everlasting Magic and Midnight Spell. Now, this kind of collection had like a gold applique bejeweled type of vibe. I'm not exactly sure how you would categorize it, but I was a really big fan. It combined spooky and cute, and I just feel like this was a great collection overall with scents that we don't typically see at Bath & Body Works. Now, the first one, Everlasting Magic, I picked this one up in a body cream and a body wash, or I feel like at that time it was still called shower gel, and I believe I featured that one in a Project Use It Up update probably about a year ago if you would like to see my more in-depth thoughts on that one. But Everlasting Magic has notes of bejeweled berries, phantom petals, and magic musk, and to me this one really smelled pretty identical to Lush's Rose Jam. If you have ever smelled Rose Jam, it's just the beautiful like berry kind of jammy fragrance with a slight hint of floral. I was a huge fan of that one, but I do prefer Bath & Body Works more simply because I'm able to get more product, and typically the availability of the products I can get, my hands on. So Everlasting Magic, I was able to get it in a fine fragrance mist, a body wash, a body cream, if I so choose. But Rose Jam really is only available in the shower gel the majority of time, and I really like a set. So I was thrilled to see a Rose Jam-esque fragrance come out. I really love this one. I feel like a lot of people didn't like this one as much as they liked Enchanted Candy Potion, and I can definitely understand for uniqueness. This is probably not the most unique scent that they've ever brought out, but personally myself, I was a huge fan of Everlasting Magic. If it came back, I would definitely be tempted to pick up another bottle. Now, the other fragrance we had was Midnight Spell, and this was probably up there with Off the Vine in terms of very unique body care fragrances. I feel like this in the candle wasn't as unique, but this in terms of body care, very similar to the Off the Vine, where you're like, whoa, like I don't even know how they were able to capture that fragrance and put it into like a lotion or a shower gel, etc. But Midnight Spell had notes of Mystic Air, Moonlit Woods, and Crystal Amber, and I remember smelling this one in store, and honestly it smelled like wet fog to me. Like it smelled like you were walking through a graveyard at night and it had just rained and it was very foggy. It was like a wet stone type of vibe. If you've ever walked outside directly after it rains and like the steams maybe coming up from the road, kind of like that wet fragrance, no idea how they were able to capture it in a bottle. Some people might remember that smell very different than me, but I could not get over how much it smelled truly like fog. Such a spooky fragrance and so unique. Let me know down below if you guys picked that one up or smelled it, what you thought it smelled like, but I thought that one was crazy for Halloween. Definitely fit the spooky vibes, and it was something out of the ordinary that Bath & Body Works typically wouldn't bring out in body care, but would definitely bring out in a candle. So that really wrapped up 2023. I feel like 2023 was a pretty strong year, and now we'll move on into 2024. All right, you guys, so moving on into 2024. In 2024, we really got 4 big fragrances for Halloween. So we got Vampire Blood, Ghoul Friend, the brand new Candy Apple Cauldron, and then Wicked Vanilla Woods came back as an online exclusive. As far as packaging goes, this packaging featured those different kind of fancy lids. We saw the fancy lids come out in the Disney Princess Collection as well. I'm interested to see if they're going to bring it back again for Halloween. I think the only other product we've seen fancy lids on were Luminous and then the new Sweetest Song. Other than that, all of the releases we've just been seeing the normal lids. Me personally, I mean, if it just increases the price, I'm not a fan, but other than that, I think it looks fine. Like, I don't really have an issue with how the products look, but this year they really went with like this diamond bejeweled kind of packaging mixed with more of like a coquette silhouette lace vibe. I know that was a mouthful and a very interesting and unique style. But as I mentioned, we had Vampire Blood and Ghoul Friend. Both of these fragrances came back. They're really starting to become these staples at Bath & Body Works. Wicked Vanilla Woods came back, which I was honestly a little surprised to see that one as an online exclusive. I feel like Bath & Body Works, when they do an online exclusive product, either one, you completely miss it. Two, a lot of people don't want to blind buy, so they don't want to buy a fragrance without smelling it first. And three, because Halloween is so popular and some people really just go into Bath & Body Works during that fall Halloween time, I was surprised that they didn't have this one available for you to try out in the store. But other than that, the brand new fragrance we got this past year was Candy Apple Cauldron. Now, a lot of people thought this was going to be a caramel apple vibe, but really it turned out to be more of a springtime apple fragrance. So this one had notes of mysterious green apple, simmering sugar, and crystallized bergamot. I think this one smelled really good, but I didn't get like a true candy apple. I didn't get a caramel apple. I almost got something more similar to Beautiful Day, which I personally think Beautiful Day is a great springtime, summertime apple. That's kind of where this one went as well, and I think it might be because of that bergamot fragrance in this. But from 2024, I did pick up a mini fine fragrance mist in Ghoul Friend. This is what it looks like in person. And I love the Ghoul Friend fragrance. I also love the packaging of this year. Ghoul Friend, if you remember, it is the dark strawberries, the frightful peony, and spine-chilling citrus, I believe. And this one, it's so good. It's such a wonderful, truly dark strawberry fragrance. This is not something that I'd wear in the spring or summer. This is definitely a fall, winter type of vibe, which I feel like Bath & Body Works has really captured in Ghoul Friend and Vampire Blood. They're still fruity. They're different than your typical pumpkin fragrances or apple fragrances for fall, but there's something in them that makes it more darker, more mature, and I feel like that's why they're such big sellers. But yeah, I love Ghoul Friend. Ghoul Friend's obviously a favorite of mine. Looking forward to picking it up this year, which will kind of tease into the 2025 bringbacks and the forecast now. All right, you guys, so moving on into the 2025 Bath & Body Works Halloween predictions, rumors, forecast. So right now, Life Inside the Page has rumored 4 Bath & Body Works fragrances coming out for Halloween. Now, the first one, as you guys have probably guessed, is Vampire Blood. I feel like Vampire Blood is quickly becoming the Vanilla Bean Noel, like how Vanilla Bean Noel is the standout for Christmas. I feel like Vampire Blood is becoming the standout for Halloween. It's almost an expectation at this point. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do packaging wise on this. I do feel like it's going to remain being the red packaging though. I feel like it solidified itself as red packaging. The next fragrance they are rumored to be bringing back is Ghoul Friend. I love Ghoul Friend. I just talked about how much I love it. I only have it in the mini, but I would love it in the full size body wash as well as a lotion. Not exactly sure if I'd pick it up in a full size mist because I already have this one, and if you've watched my Project Use It Ups, you know it takes me a very long time to get through mist, so I don't know if I'll pick up a full-size mist, but I definitely have my eye on a full-size shower gel as well as a full-size body lotion, and I think they're going to keep with like a pink-purple theme. Ghoul Friend has come out before as purple. It's also came out before as this dark raspberry pink. I would love them to keep pink for Ghoul Friend. I feel like when I think Ghoul Friend, I just think pink. The next fragrance that they are supposedly coming back with is Wicked Vanilla Woods. Now, I would love to see Wicked Vanilla Woods be in the store this year. Unfortunately, I'm just not going to purchase it as an online exclusive. One, I haven't smelled it, and I feel like especially with Bath & Body Works vanillas, year to year they really do change. Like Vanilla Bean Noel is a great example. Sometimes Vanilla Bean Noel is really good. Sometimes it has no smell. Sometimes it kind of gives off a spoiled milk vibe. For Bath & Body Works vanillas, I definitely recommend getting into the store to smell them, as they can smell very different year to year. So I would love to see that one make an appearance in the store. I would definitely be tempted to buy it. I'd also really pick it up, play around with it, test it out in the store, and I feel like I'd be able to make a much more informed decision as to whether this would be something I'd like to pick up or not. Now, the last fragrance we have, unfortunately, Candy Apple Cauldron is not rumored to be making a return. Do I expect this? Did I expect that? Am I shocked? Not really. I feel like a lot of people made the notion that Candy Apple Cauldron's a spring scent. It's not really a fall Halloween scent. And I feel like at my store, there were a lot left over at the winter semi-annual sale. And typically Bath & Body Works is really good at selling out their Halloween. So I feel like when that one did not do as well, they were like, we are not going to bring this one back out, which is totally understandable. So instead, the fourth fragrance that will be joining the 2025 lineup, again, this is all rumored and off Life Inside the Page, is a fragrance called Ice Cream Float, and play on Ice Cream Float. Now, I don't know if this is going to be like a banana fragrance. I don't know if it's going to be a root beer fragrance. I don't know if it's going to be like an orange creamsicle fragrance. Out of those three, I would love a banana fragrance. Like probably Ice Cream Float isn't going to be banana. That would be more of like a banana split type of fragrance, and probably something more on the summer leaning side. I would have to say I think it's going to be something similar to maybe Fruity Sherbet Scoop, like an orange type of vibe. I also think it could be like a root beer. They did bubblegum, they did blue raspberry, and I feel like a couple years ago in PocketBacs they did a bubblegum, a blue raspberry, and a root beer. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a root beer fragrance as well. Also, I believe a big fragrance brand just came out with a Dr. Pepper scented fragrance. So I feel like if a lot of people love that vibe, they might be enticed by like a Dr. Pepper or a root beer fragrance at Bath & Body Works. And we know how Bath & Body Works loves to dupe with other fragrance brands. So I'm really interested to see what that one's going to be. Please let me know in the comments down below how you are feeling for Halloween. Are you excited? Is there anything off the bat that you are running out the door to purchase? I really love doing these videos. As you guys know, if you've watched my channel, I am a huge fall and Halloween fan, but there will definitely be still summer content coming. So if you're a summer only vibes for now, I totally understand. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.